हाय गाइस, ये है माय 11 सर्कल फैंटेसी पिक ऑन ESPNcricinfo। मैं रानो कपूर और PSL में मैच होने जा रहा है लाहौर कलंदर्स एंड क्वेटा ग्लैडिएटर्स के बीच। चलिए बनाते हैं हमारी फैंटेसी टीम। हमारे साथ जुड़ेंगे हमारे एक्सपर्ट बाजिद खान। तो शुरू करते हैं हमारी प्रो टिप के साथ एंड वी आर बैकिंग अ कपल ऑफ ओवरसीज बिग हिटर्स फॉर दिस गेम, स्टार्टिंग विद क्रिस लिन जो हमारे कैप्टन चॉइस भी रहेंगे एंड आल्सो जेसन रॉय। सो टू अग्रेसिव हार्ड हिटिंग स्ट्रोक प्लेयर्स इन द पावर प्ले इज व्हाट वी आर बैकिंग एंड लाहौर में ये मैच खेला जाएगा। आई थिंक इट्स हाई टाइम द लाहौर पब्लिक सीज अ विनिंग परफॉर्मेंस फ्रॉम द लाहौर कलंदर्स। बाजिद खान,
Yeah, it's been quite a few years now, not just this PSL, but it's almost the biggest franchise going around, and हर दफा इस होप से आते हैं कि इस दफा कलंदर्स का साल होगा, लेकिन अभी तक कुछ एविडेंस इसके बरक्स ही है और आपके जो आंकड़े हैं वो भी यही बताएंगे।
तो ये तो एक तरह से एक अजूबा है लाहौर कलंदर, बिकॉज इफ यू लुक एट some of their stars and the names that they have in the franchise, you'll be amazed that they regularly find themselves in the bottom half or the wrong half of the table. But चलिए बढ़ते हैं हमारी फैंटेसी टीम की तरफ। उससे पहले मैं आपको याद दिला दूं कि माय 11 सर्कल ऐप पे हर यूजर के पास 100 क्रेडिट्स है। आपको अपनी फैंटेसी टीम बनानी है, पिकिंग प्लेयर्स फ्रॉम 4 कैटेगरीज, बैट्समैन, बॉलर्स, विकेट कीपर्स एंड ऑलराउंडर्स, और आप एक टीम से ज़्यादा 7 प्लेयर पिक कर सकते हैं। इन स्पाइट ऑफ द लाहौर कलंदर्स टीम फॉर्म, सम पर्सनल पॉइंट्स आर ऑलवेज अप फॉर ग्रैब्स इन फैंटेसी एंड दैट्स व्हाई शायद हम क्रिस लिन को बैक करेंगे एज कैप्टन फ्रॉम लाहौर कलंदर्स, and you know that he can go berserk, and when he does he can get you those big runs and big points in your fantasy team. He just got the 15 ball 30 against Zalmi in a 12 over game, but जहाँ तक cameos का सवाल है, he can get you the big points and the big runs very soon. Lynn strikes at over 160 against Pacers in T20s and against spin that goes down, but you think someone like Chris Lynn should fire sooner or later. Jason Roy भी शामिल है from Quetta Gladiators. He scored 170 runs in 4 innings this season. Not a bad punt to have as the vice captain. Strike rate उनका almost 150 against the Pacers in the power play, and even if the Qalandars decide to use left arm spin against him, there is pretty decent numbers that you'll find there. At least a strike rate of 130. A lot of overseas batsmen would take that, so no problem at all for Jason Roy. So captain choice में we've got Chris Lynn and Jason Roy, और आपको double points लाते हैं captain, vice captain 1.5 times the points, so pick them carefully. In our top picks, Mohammad Hafiz, regular feature for the Lahore Qalandars, and he's going to be back at a ground where he averages nearly 40 in T20s, और पिछली बार जब Mohammad Hafiz यहाँ खेले थे, he made a pretty impressive 98 not out, so a must have at this ground. साथ ही Ben Cutting from the Quetta Gladiators, he's had an impact as soon as he's featured for the Gladiators this season. 5 wickets already with the ball, and he's picked up runs in handy moments as well. A big impact player, don't leave him out. साथ ही David Wieser from the Lahore Qalandars, the South African, has also been an impact player, much like Ben Cutting. He can get you points with bat and ball. 4 wickets so far, economy rate of just over 7, strike rate of 12, which is not bad at all, and you can't underestimate his abilities with the bat. If you're looking at his numbers, he's managed to pick up 28 wickets in T20 since 2019, and with the strike rate with the bat also over 140, so a very handy all-rounder. Just to recap, our captain choice, Chris Lynn, vice captain with Jason Roy, and in our top picks, Mohammad Hafiz, Ben Cutting and David Wieser. Thoughts on that, Bazid?
I think Chris Lynn is a very good choice. अगर आप लाहौर कलंदर्स को देखें तो उनका पहला पावर प्ले वैसे ही अच्छा होता है. It's not that they lose the game there, they're actually bossing the game जब वो first 6 overs खेलते हैं. I think Chris Lynn is a very good choice. Hafiz obviously अब तो bowling में भी he's cleared, so I'm quite surprised that he hasn't been used more with the ball because he's very effective there. I think so far the value players and the captain, vice captain Jason Roy will give you points, so it's a solid picks.
Alright, let's move to some value picks. ऐसे players जो आपको अच्छे credit value में मिल जाएंगे in your fantasy team. We're starting with Dilbar Hussain for the Lahore Qalandars, and an interesting journey for Dilbar Hussain. He made his Big Bash League debut before making his PSL debut. Now, he didn't have as much of an impact there, but पिछले मैच में did get 4 wickets against Peshawar Zalmi in 3 overs and recorded the third best bowling figures in the tournament so far. So keep an eye out for Dilbar Hussain जो आपको अच्छे credit value में मिल सकते हैं. साथ ही Anwar Ali from the Quetta Gladiators, he's just played the 2 games this season for them, and in spite of not having a big impact, you know that he's capable of bowling his full quota of overs and also tonking a few at the death. So don't miss out on Anwar Ali. You can also get at a good credit value. Dilbar Hussain and Anwar Ali are our value picks for this game. In our full 11, we've got Azam Khan as a wicket-keeper choice, and he's making a regular impression now in this PSL. Quetta Gladiators के लिए keeper batsman है. Batsman में we've got Chris Lynn and Jason Roy, of course, will be our captain and vice-captain choice as well. All-rounders में Mohammad Hafiz, Ben Cutting, Anwar Ali, David Visa, as well as Samit Patel. And bowlers में Shaheen Afridi, Mohammad Hasnain and Dilbar Hussain. ये आपकी पूरी टीम बन जाएगी within the 100 credits available on the My 11 Circle app. Bazid, any more options जो आप हमारे viewers को देना चाहेंगे?
I think the one option you can't look past is Mohammad Nawaz. He's been a revelation PSL left arm spin और Lahore में pace off the ball will matter और I think he bowls with the new ball और batting में भी वो आखिर में आके runs कर सकते हैं, so that's one option. One option I'd like to give, he hasn't done much in the tournament so far, but he is a quality player and he will come good at some stage because just his dynamic with the bat is David Villas, a very fine wicketkeeper and an extraordinary kind of batsman, but so far he hasn't made an impact. So there's two for you, and there's one more that again I can't look past is Naseem Shah. He can turn the match around. He's got pace, so it doesn't matter if the pitch is slow or if the pitch is a batting friendly pitch, because he can get the ball to reverse and bowl at extreme pace.
Right, so plenty of additional options from Bazid. You could consider the likes of Naseem Shah or Mohammad Nawaz or even David Villas in your teams. Bazid Khan, thank you very much. And we'll continue talking with Bazid as the PSL goes on for his expert opinion. और टॉस के बाद प्लेइंग 11s को देख के ही अपनी फैंटेसी टीम तय कीजिएगा. हम फिर हाजिर होंगे on My 11 Circle Fantasy Pick on ESPNcricinfo with more fantasy tips for you as the PSL keeps rolling on.